Morning. In some respects, I had a difficult 5th grade year. I was sent to the office twice, and the shame of that was not that I got caught, nor was the shame the punishment, right? Because I have no clue. I don't even remember what the consequences were. But for me, the shame was the fact that I didn't behave the way I knew I should have. That somewhere along the line, my brain and my actions did not connect. And that I ended up in a place twice, right? That no good student goes. Well, surprise. Shoulds that we live with are complicated, especially when we get older. As adults, some shoulds are articulated to us, as in when we get a new job or when we find out that a parent is ill or something. There are certain shoulds that are pretty straightforward. Others are insinuated or inferred. We lay the weight of a should upon our own shoulders. And I find that so fascinating that sometimes our shoulds haunt us. We hear voices in the back of our head telling us to behave a certain way. Why is it? I think this is so fascinating. It reveals a truth to me. We spend our childhood learning, internalizing, owning the shoulds that we are taught by our parents, by our teachers, by people in authority, our coaches. And then we spend much of our adult life trying to undo the hold they have on us, trying to undo the clenching grip that these shoulds still have in our lives. It reveals to me that these shoulds have a time and a place in our lives, that perhaps some of the shoulds that we hang on to are temporary. They shouldn't be things that we're still worried about. They play a role, they teach us a behavior, and then, after internalized, we let go. Shoulds, as adults, can be difficult, can constrain us to the point where we feel like we're living someone else's life. Perhaps this pandemic has heightened that for you, where you are belaboring the shoulds in your mind. Or perhaps the isolation has worked in the opposite way, where you've been able to let go of their hold, where you've been able to give them their walking papers. What are the shoulds that control your thinking? Whose voice do you hear in your head when you color outside the lines? In light of that consideration that perhaps the shoulds we carry in our minds could be temporary, could have a temporary value, look again at what those shoulds are that control your thinking. And perhaps look carefully to see, do they still play a beneficial role in your life? The divine wants us to be joyful, at peace, free. Some of those things are in our own control.